Today on Video Rental Chaos, we rented the Transformers movie from 1986. The film that looked at kids and said, hey, what if we gave you PTSD in animated form? Because, bro, they don't ease up on it one bit. They just deleted Optimus Prime like he was a software update. Congratulations, kids! Your hero is dead. Enjoy school tomorrow. And the rest of the movie is just some non-stop robot acid trip. Explosions, neon planets, and 1,000 characters I'm supposed to recognize. Like, dude, I barely remember where I put my weed at. But it's loud, epic, it's traumatizing. So let's pop that tape in and relive the pain. So today on Video Rental Chaos, we're taking it back to 1986 with the Transformers, the movie. The animated feature film that basically acted as a bridge between the classic cartoon and the next era of the franchise. This wasn't just some random Saturday morning episode. This was the studio going, let's crank the budget, crank the violence, and crank the trauma. This movie hit theaters with a full-blown stacked voice cast. We're talking Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, plus big names like Orson Welles, Leonard Nimoy, and Eric Idle, which is insane! Because nothing says serious cinema like a robot war where I can't tell if I'm watching a battle or an 80s toy commercial on cocaine. But seriously, the animation is gorgeous, the soundtrack is legendary, and it's one of those movies that fans have been arguing about for decades. Mainly because it made an entire generation emotionally unstable over certain plot choices. So grab your VHS, buckle up, and let's dive into one of the loudest, weirdest, most beloved animated movies of the 1980s. So go ahead and press play on the Transformers, the movie. So the movie jumps into the year 2005. The Decepticons have basically taken over Cybertron, and the Autobots are hanging on by a thread, operating from hidden bases on Cybertron's moons, while they try to plan a comeback. Optimus Prime sends a shuttle towards Earth to pick up supplies from Autobot City. But of course, the Decepticons catch wind of it, they ambush the mission, take out a bunch of the Autobots, and straight up hijack the ship. Back at Autobot City on Earth, Hot Rod is hanging out with Daniel Whitkey, Spike's little kid, and they notice something's off. Daniel spots damage on the shuttle. Hot Rod gets a look at who's really on board, and next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. A massive battle erupts between Autobots and Decepticons. Optimus shows up with reinforcements and finally faces Megatron in a full-on, no-joke fight. And this is where the movie decides to ruin childhoods permanently. Optimus and Megatron basically beat each other to death. The Decepticons retreat and Optimus is barely hanging on. He gives the matrix of leadership to Ultra Magnus, warning him it's going to matter when things get really dark. And then Optimus Prime dies. Like dead. Thanks, movie. The Decepticons escape into space on Astro Train, but fuel is running low. So what do? They toss all the wounded Decepticons out like garbage, including Megatron. And Starscream being Starscream is basically like, Good luck, fuckers! Megatron and the other injured Decepticons are floating through space when they get picked up by the biggest nightmare imaginable, Unicron. A living planet that eats other planets like it's fucking DoorDash. Unicron basically tells Megatron, I'll build you into something stronger, but you have to destroy the Matrix. Megatron has no choice. He agrees and gets upgraded into Galvatron, with the other Decepticons getting rebuilt into his new squad. Meanwhile, back with the Decepticons, Starscream crowns himself the new leader, doing a whole dramatic coronation, like he really earned it. But Galvatron shows up immediately, crashing the party, and straight up kills Starscream on the spot. So yeah, leadership change confirmed. Unicron then rolls up to Cybertron and starts consuming everything in sight. Spike and Bumblebee barely escape as the Autobots scramble to survive and regroup. Now, with Optimus gone and Cybertron basically falling apart, the Autobots split up and attempt to evacuate in multiple shuttles. But the Decepticons shoot them down, causing them to crash land across different planets. One group includes Hot Rod and Coop, who end up captured by the Quintessence. They literally sentence prisoners to death by throwing them to the Sharkticons, which is one of the most metal things in the fucking movie, okay? While stuck with the Quintessence, Hot Rod and Coop learn about Unicron from a survivor named Kranix, who's from a planet Unicron already devoured. It's basically confirmation that Unicron isn't just a threat. Kranix gets killed, but Hot Rod and Coop escape with help from the Dinobots and a weird little Autobot named Wheelie, and together they steal his ship and get the hell out of there. Another group of Autobots crashes on the planet of Junk, where everything is literally garbage. But the Autobots attempt to repair their ship using the trash lying around. Unfortunately, Galvatron shows up and the situation gets worse. Fast! Ultra Magnus tries to use the Matrix, but he can't activate it. Galvatron defeats it, basically destroys it, and steals the Matrix because he thinks he can use it to control Unicron. The Autobots find what's left of Ultra Magnus, and then they get attacked by the planet's residents, the Junkians. When Hot Rod's group finally arrives, they manage to form an alliance with Wreck-Gar and the Junkians, and the Junkians rebuild Ultra Magnus. Once the Autobots realize Galvatron has the Matrix, the only move left is going back to Cybertron for the final battle. On Cybertron, Galvatron tries to threaten Unicron using the Matrix, but he can't activate it either. Unicron transforms into a massive robot, starts tearing Cybertron apart piece by piece, and basically proves he's not someone you fuck around with. Galvatron attacks Unicron, and Unicron responds by swallowing him and the Matrix like it's nothing. The Autobots arrive in the middle of complete chaos. Decepticons, Junkians, Autobots, everyone fighting while Cybertron is getting shredded. Hot Rod's ship gets damaged, and his team ends up crashing into Unicron's eye. Which is insane, because yes, this movie turns into an Attack the Death Planet from the inside. Inside Unicron, Daniel saves Spike. They rescue Bumblebee and the other Autobots, and Hot Rod confronts Galvatron. Galvatron even tries to get Hot Rod to team up, but Unicron forces Galvatron to keep fighting. Hot Rod nearly gets killed, but in the clutch, he finally activates the Matrix, transforming into Rodimus Prime, the new Autobot leader. Rodimus throws Galvatron out into space and uses the Matrix's power to destroy Unicron from the inside. The Autobots escape through Unicron's remaining eye just in time. With Unicron destroyed and the Decepticons thrown into chaos, the Autobots celebrate victory, finally reclaiming Cybertron, while Unicron's severed head ends up drifting into orbit like the most terrifying space trophy imaginable. Transformers the movie, ladies and gentlemen! Tons of people are Transformers fans, okay? And it's something that is extended over multiple generations, all the way up to today. Obviously, we've got the Michael Bay films, and people have some heavy opinions about those ones. But no, we're not talking about Michael Bay today. We're talking about the 1986 animated film that rocked fucking theaters all across the world. First off, what the fuck? They killed Optimus Prime! What the hell is up with this shit? If I was a 10-year-old kid watching this in 1986, and I saw Optimus Prime get killed by Megatron, I would have cried like a little bitch. Now, I'll be real with you guys, okay? There's so many characters in this movie that it's hard to keep track. I don't know every single name, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. At the beginning of the film, there's that one guy who's supposed to take over for Optimus Prime, and then he gets killed, and then he gets brought back to life, and then Hot Rod takes over at the end. Like, what the fuck? That dude's even on the cover of the 4K Steelbook that we showed earlier. He's the main guy. Still, I enjoy this movie, and it's pretty fucking badass. This movie's wild, okay? Dude, they have a Weird Al Yankovic song in here. That whole scene is fucking bananas. They're basically dancing, and at the end, like, what the fuck is even going on here? And the title track for Transformers the movie has to be one of the best songs ever. Like, how do you even fight this? How do you argue it? You can't. The Transformers theme is the fucking best. Come on, dude. I'll put that on repeat all day, every day. I'll tell you what, though. Sitting down to watch this movie and smoking some weed, you know, lighting up a joint, you really trip out on the colors in the animation. The colors stand out like fucking crazy. The space scenes trip me out so much. Will I ever have that full Transformers universe knowledge and know the names of every single character? I only have 24 hours in a day, ladies and gentlemen. To end this episode, as shitty as it is to kill off Optimus Prime, I still think the new characters they introduced throughout this film hold up. If you're not a Transformers fan, what the fuck are you doing with your life? And until next time, I'll see you at the video store.